Hey, Rachel again with DV Allies. Today I want to share with you something that was really interesting that one of my interviewees talked to me about. And this was something said to her by her brother, who was also a pastor. He said, "Everyone is asking about your past. Who's caring about your future?" And I thought, wow, that is so deep and that is so insightful. I think so many times people want to ask about the past and what happened and he did what to you? I mean, it's a kind of a sensational story, right? Like, wow, what happened to you? And I want to hear all the gory details. And honestly, that's not really helpful, usually, unless she wants to talk about it, unless she needs to talk about it a little bit to kind of give you some background or whatever. Great. But honestly, I would argue that shouldn't even really be the main focus of conversation. Hopefully she's got a therapist who's helping her process those past things and all of that. But I just thought it was so beautiful how he said, "Who's caring about your future?" Like, I know you've been through hard things. Honestly, we've all been through hard things. Some worse than others, of course. But we've all been through hard things. And who's caring about your future? So when you're in close community with a DV survivor, ask her, who's caring about your future? And maybe even tell her, I care about your future. What can we do here? Can I help you make sure your kids are safe? Can I help you find a job that's going to work? That's going to work with your schedule in life. And I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot when you're trying to bring your kids to therapy and go to therapy yourself and you've got court dates and you're the only safe parent and all. It's a lot to try to work, and you have to have a flexible job or you may not make it. Do you have a safe place to live? Do you have enough food? Is your car in good working order? All these things. How are we going to help propel you into the most successful future possible? And that's what we should be focusing on. Please don't just ask. Well, for one thing, there has to be that trust there. If she is going to talk about her past, there has to be that trust there. But in a lot of ways, in our roles as allies, the whole piece of the past is kind of irrelevant unless it's relevant in some, there's a certain trigger, a certain thing that you need to avoid, or a certain, where she says, I was never allowed to have a job, so I'm 40 years old and I don't even know how to write a resume. Well, that's an important piece of past information to know, again, so that you can care about her future. Help her figure out how to write a resume and get a great job to support her babes. So, everyone is asking about your past. Who is caring about your future? Love that. As always, go ahead and subscribe and let me know what else we can talk about here, what else is helpful for you in being an ally.